Okay, uh, this is my first ever YouTube video, and Lord willing, it will be the last because I don't have time to do this as often as some of y'all do. But I did have a thought that I really feel like I need to share, and I may regret it come October the 8th if we're still here, but we'll see. So, September the 23rd was supposed to be the Feast of Trumpets and the fulfillment of the pre tribulation rapture. And as it stands today, we're still here. So, what happened? Well, quite a bit's come out in the following days on how the separation between the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar can account for this, because the Julian calendar equivalent of September the 23rd falls on October the 6th, which is a full moon, which is in correspondence with Psalm 81, saying that the new moon, for festival purposes, is not the sliver after illumination, but in fact the full moon. So you go September 23rd Gregorian plus 13 days, you get October the 6th. Lo and behold, you get a full moon. You also get the beginning of the Gregorian calendar's celebration of the Feast of Tabernacles. And also in the full moon this year is simultaneously the hunter's and the harvest moon. So you have a simultaneous fulfillment, depending on what calendar you're looking at, of the Feast of Trumpets and the Feast of Tabernacles on a harvest moon. I cannot overlook that. That's got to mean something. What does it mean? I mean, what I hope it means is that come October the 6th, I'm going to get a knock on the door and it's an angel saying, "Hey, come outside, I got something to show you," and then we're going home. That's what I hope. But, I mean, to me, it's just a crazy convergence of these disparate calendars that are 13 days apart, and yet a festival commemorated by a trumpet blast and a wake-up call to God's people that atonement is coming and judgment is coming. I know it's more complicated than that, but I'm trying to be quick here. With that being simultaneously fulfilled with the beginning of the Feast of Tabernacles on October the 6th, and God's provision over his people, but also his promise to tabernacle with us. So on the same day, with two different calendars, you get a fulfillment of a trumpet blast, waking up the people of God, and then God dwelling with his people forever. And what we're waiting on for the pre-tribulational rapture is to be harvested at the trumpet blast to meet the Lord in the air and be with him always, to tabernacle with him. I cannot overlook that. I was not visited in a dream. The only dream I could ever say came from God that meant something that may apply to today. I was walking through an abandoned city, looked like part of London, based on some of the architecture, the Tudor architecture style along a river. The place was completely deserted. I heard a big boom, turned around, a shockwave hit me. I woke up with a taste of dirt in my mouth. Does that mean London's going to get bombed? I sure hope not. I hope I just had some bad pizza and we'll call it that. But as far as this convergence on this full moon, Gregorian, Julian, Psalm 81, trumpets plus tabernacles on the same day somehow under a harvest moon. I mean, I know I'm a broken record at this point, only 4.5 minutes in, but to me, that's nuts. You can't ignore that. Even if you think that I am reading too much into it, you at least need to say, "Wow, that's pretty interesting," and not just mock at it and scoff at it. There's too much of that going on. We're better than that as the body of Christ. So if you're going to hear this and get mad about it, I mean, look, I'm not going to blow up your feed with my dreams and visitations unless I start getting them. But to date, I haven't. So this might be my only video, but I needed to say something because it sure would be a phenomenal move of God to orchestrate the rapture of his church on a simultaneous fulfillment between two calendars of Yom Teruah and Sukkot simultaneously under a harvest moon. That's pretty cool. So, Lord willing, somebody will come give me a warning ahead of time and say, hey, it's going to be in about 5 minutes. Come outside with your wife and kids. We'll go outside in the backyard, hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and start floating away. That's what I hope happens. If it doesn't, God's good. I read too much into it. We'll keep going. If you hear this message, if you watch this video and you sell your house because you're sure that it's over, please don't. That's dumb. What are you going to do with the money anyway? What are you selling anything for? Who cares? You'll be in heaven. So anyway, take it for what it is. I don't want to make a bunch of videos. I don't want to be a YouTuber, but I needed to share this, and this is the most effective way to get something spread hither and yon. So there it is. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll see you on October the 8th, and you can laugh at me, or I'll see you up in the sky, and I don't know if I'll laugh at you, but I'll give you one of these looks, and then we'll call it good. Anyway, God bless.